Hi all, it's James Carson from Support Tree on a walk and a talk. And today I just want to quickly talk a little bit about culture within the organisation. I mean, we all know and we've all seen that everybody wants to work from home, but of course, what does that mean? That for me, the obvious things are the kind of stuff that you see day to day. Are we having lunch breaks with one another? No, because we're at home. Are we going out for drinks after work? Well, sometimes. I hear Thursday's a new Friday. And what about banter around the water cooler? That's disappeared entirely. And, just general office gossip, overhearing what other people are saying. So with all these kind of social interactions disappearing from the office due to flexible working, and let's face it, why wouldn't they? We're not in close proximity with one another, so the interactions are just not going to happen. So what does that mean for an organization not gaining that personal insight to our colleagues? That closeness, that connection that's gained from that. Really, ultimately, that's what really underlines the values and cultures of an organization. So if that continues within businesses, and I think we're already starting to see the end result of that, is that we are in a position where the culture could be completely lost within an organization. And let's face it, a business without a culture is sort of not a business. So to alleviate this situation, there are options to making sure that even while we work flexibly, that we can retain our culture, keep the values alive in the organisation. And the ideas for implementing this are pretty straightforward. And if consistently living to the values, then the culture can live on in the organisation. Now, Teams is a great tool. We're all using Teams much more than we ever have. And of course, from a collaborative point of view, from a communication point of view, it's great. But believe it or not, it can also help with the culture. Now at Support Tree, we use a tool called Disco. And what this allows us to do is to praise one another. Now, praising teammates is a great way to keep in touch, in connection with those that we're not seeing as regularly. And we ourselves are seeing some great results by implementing this. And the way it works is that throughout the month, everyone in the organization is encouraged to share thanks and praise that align with our company values to another team member. And then at the end of each month, we have what's called a nomination. And for the last 7 days of the month, each of the team will nominate one person against each of the values for them that displays the values in their mind the most throughout that month. And we then award a small prize each month to an individual who has displayed the values the most and has been nominated the most, and a prize to a raffle winner who generally will be an individual who has given the most praise throughout a month. And by applying this through Teams, it's all public, everybody can see it, and actually it helps for everybody to be reminded what the values are and how our culture is kept alive. Now that we're no longer in the office as much, a lot of organisations have decided to take on smaller office space. As flexible working is here to stay, our office space has reduced, so it means we can't have everyone in the office all the time. Now, of course, as a result of this, it means that organisations have actually saved a substantial amount of money. Now at Support Tree, how we've taken this saving on is to spend it on events. So instead of having your annual Christmas party as your only event, we've implemented a policy that there are an event every 2 months, and we get everybody together for a social activity, mainly around team building. And that could be anything from having a panic room night, a pub night, or a whitewater rafting experience. But, based where we are in London, there is no end of activities that you can take your team to.